Cyberpunk Apogee. We're excited to get this underway. Continue this wonderful adventure. This wonderful crew here before. So we kick things off, we want to quickly give a shout out to the Four. Appreciate the service that we use for hosting our Foundry. It's wonderful. If you need to host Foundry, check them out. See how things are going. Start off. Alcoven, Verdant. Anything new in you guys' lives? You guys don't stream, but anything to share with?
Actually, finally picked up the game Azul. I can't recommend it enough. Board game. Otherwise, no. Just been playing video games.
Yeah, I've seen the board game in stores, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's really good. Not much new here, though.
For
Cool.
me, outside of like holiday travel, good break, good chance to see extended family, roam small town USA.
Yeah.
I think the most interesting thing that I've done recently was revive an old idea I had for an XCOM tabletop adaptation using a deck of cards.
What?
So, you know how enemy unknown and
Oh,
enemy within are basically D100 behind the scenes? So, and you know how the events are pulled from a random event pool,
yeah.
but they fall into like mission types, right? You can map those mission types to each suit in a deck of cards, and then depending on which cards the players pull, it fills up a clock for that mission. Once the clock fills, now you have the mission, and the last card played determines the subtypes. So, for example, if it's a council mission, you have 4 subtypes, right? Last card played was a 2. That might be like an extraction mission. Whereas if it was a 5, you got a high value target that you need to get rid of.
Interesting.
It's cool.
Yeah. There's a little more. Go ahead.
I was just saying it's cool. Done stuff like that before. Card like to increase your like randomness, but also not randomness. Yeah, it's cool. I like that.
Should write up in a Google Doc and
Yeah.
share it with us so we can take a look at it. That way we can be
Once I've got it a
critical
little more.
TQ.
Sure. No, I'll take it. But yeah, I'll type it up and then spin it out. Because generally, the idea, if I want to turn it into something, is if I can't explain to the players how to play it in one page, if I can't explain to the GM how to run it in one page, it's not in a good enough form yet.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we were actually, Malkov was in
Yeah.
the stream the other night when we were talking. We were doing a Warhammer Dark Tide, and we were talking about how I kind of shifting towards, if I'm going to start playing again, doing one-page rules instead for that reason. Because the complexity is grown, and now they're wanting to do data sheets where then you have to get the current one, and or a whole suite of them, and you got to have the right ones, and you had to have the 3 different books, and
They're milking it.
Yeah.
Games Workshop is milking it.
And
I
as
hate
much as
that.
I love games
the
that
green.
have that,
It's all about the
yeah.
green.
I don't want to have to do accounting at a professional level or have a PhD in.
But it also makes the game take longer. That's the
Literature.
issue. Like, that's one thing I found with like 5e, where they're taking longer because people had to flip through the books, decide what they wanted, figure out how the mechanics worked. There was nothing to really encourage any sort of strategy. They wanted to use all of their actions, and so they're trying to ink out what they can do with their bonus action. And it's like,
I like Pathfinder 2nd Edition so much more.
we switched to that.
Reaction system is much cleaner.
Agreed. Because
And
you know
there's
what?
DC-20.
Everyone has 3 actions. You do what you want with your 3 actions and we move on.
Dungeon Coach is on YouTube. He's working on his own system called DC-20, and it's actually quite brilliant. Well, it's a 4-action system.
Which, I mean, you could do 3,
really
4, whatever, right? It's more just that you don't have these little niche
So
action
he's done something
types.
really interesting in combining the damage roll with the hit roll.
Interesting.
So it's basically degrees of success. So if you hit in for less than 5 over, you do just the base damage of the weapon. You hit for 5 or more over, you do an extra damage, and if it's 10 over, it's 2 extra damage, and so on.
Interesting.
So that it makes it so that when you roll a 27 to hit on a monster that needs a 12, it matters. Whereas in 5e and Pathfinder, it doesn't matter that much. Once you get past the crit threshold in Pathfinder, it doesn't matter.
Right.
And in 5e, as long as you get 1 over the target number, it doesn't matter what you roll except for 20.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting system, and it sounds really well thought out. And he's got a lot of class parity between marshals and casters to break down that divide that often can happen.
Cool.
Now that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
It's well worth looking into. I can shoot you guys some links on Discord later.
Yeah, I'd appreciate that because I'd want to take a look.
Matt in the Hat.
Hello. Good. Very well, thank you.
Here you've been playing a strange game set in 3 kingdoms. What's all that all about?
That's about fighting lots of monsters. With good friends. Yeah, we started to play Wulong, and this was our second game of it. Both of us had done a little bit of research, a little bit of like learning how combat works, and went in. So the little bit of the stream was like, oh yes, I know that this is here and I know that that's there. But now, second half of the stream was like all new, and yeah, we're wanting to experience most of the game together for the first time and see the story and see, I don't know, the areas and stuff, like actually explore it, actually be going in together and stuff like that. So it'll be good doing that. That's I didn't stream it this time, but DM did, and probably I will be every now and then, depending on how I feel. That's going on. That's going to be on Thursday nights, US time, and Friday mornings, my time. Um, so that's going well. We also do some other things. We did Dark Tide the day before, as you said. It's good. Played some of that. I can only stomach so much of that game, but it's all good. And yeah, I was just thinking, when you said there about what you're creating um, with your decks of cards, I actually have something that I will share with you. This what I'm going to share with you is a 4th edition encounter deck that I created using not just one deck, but there was a couple of decks of cards that you could do different things with. And the design principle that I had was creating a situation for either boss monsters or for random encounters, that's kind of like Diablo 2, Diablo 3, with the monster types, giving them
Nice.
titles and giving their titles abilities and things like that. And so I might link that to you, and you can have a look at that, see if there's any inspiration that you want to take.
Yeah, link it in the Discord.
Yeah, I'll do that. So I've just gone and followed it. It's not. It doesn't use the suits. This particular thing, it was just its own deck kind of thing. So you can't just grab a normal deck of cards and do it. It was like printed. I just had them printed.
Oh, okay, interesting.
But there might be something in that you like or that's useful for you. Also, somewhere to look for interesting things with decks of cards like that is Malifaux. I don't know if you know of Malifaux. Malifaux is a
I've heard the
war
name.
game, tabletop miniatures war game,
Yeah,
and
there's an
instead,
RPG adaptation. trying to remember. I think Through the Breach,
yeah, Through the Breach,
something like
correct?
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um, and instead of using dice, which Warhammer and other games
countless
use, it
others.
uses a deck of cards, and
Cool.
each character has abilities that can trigger different things based on what suit you flip, things like that. So there could be some interesting stuff in that for you to have a look at if that's of interest to you. Just things that
Oh,
I'm
always.
thinking of as you said it. I think that's a wonderful idea to add something
It's
to the
awesome.
game that's easy to do. You don't have to think about it. Like just grab a deck of cards and just throw them on the table each, however often it is. I think that's cool. So there's some stuff there. I'll link it in Discord.
Yeah,
But
I'm
yeah,
very much a fan of simplicity.
that's me. Like
Agreed.
everything's just we're just streaming. Just got some music here and there. Same as last week, really, for me.
Keep up those music streams.
Everything's. I'm trying to do some more. It's just like time, and
Oh yeah. No, I
everything
get that.
else.
It's just like Azrael mentioned stuff last week. Is that but you're you show your passion on that, you enjoy it and you care, and it's something you enjoy doing, you do well at. It's kind of like,
Yeah.
if you're playing a game you don't enjoy, streaming it isn't probably the best idea because it's going to show. Where if you actually get into it and enjoy it, it's a lot more fun to watch someone playing something they enjoy because they're actually enjoying it and get into it instead of being reluctant.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah. Um, what it is. So,
Good.
thank you.
Sounds good. Well, without further ado, let's get into the world of Cyberpunk Apogee and see what the evening holds for you. Lucky contestants here this evening. To begin, who would like to elect themselves to give a recap of last session? It was 2 weeks ago, I know, because we had Thanksgiving. Any?
Sure.
Excellent. We
So
zoom
there were some
in and we see
dogs.
Shade here talking about what's transpired recently.
So there were some dogs running around in Bedtown, and it seems they have some sort of horrible nanovirus or nanobot rabies virus thing. Destroys people, and at one point they managed to rip off a limb and some eyes off of Blackstone, and Stitcher put him back together. Luckily, I happened to overhear that conversation. Kind of interesting. Amazingly, he's not dead, considering he operated on a cable and filthy little rundown shithole. Let's see what else. There were some nobodies there, along with the reclaimers, and then yeah, we rolled out in the van.
Oh yeah, the Harlan now has the keys to after Aja went in for treatment for the aforementioned nanite rabies, or nanobot rabies, or whatever that we're calling it now.
The bad shit.
You had reclaimers, danger gals, nomads. It was a whole bonanza of factions and the like. After that, we headed out to this mysterious radio signal in the desert that had moved, and come to find out it is a majority cyberized medtech with just barrels of water, among many other things. A welcome to Oasis.
Just imagine if you'd gone there instead of the city that you decided to go. How much fun you wouldn't have had. Poor Zid would not have found love. Or Blackstone. Or Blackstone would have never experienced having interesting trips from interesting people.
I think Blackstone's had enough vacations for one lifetime.
That's so funny. Oh, you guys did roll and found really good what you needed for a combat train. Your new friend Shade has decided to tag along for some particular reason. Has Shade shared with the group why he's decided to lead with it?
Yeah, it's pretty. I think it was pretty obvious after our discussions last time that
Okay.
I'm after finding out what these smokers are up to, finding them and rescuing.
Yep. Your mentor.
Yeah.
Was
Leander.
Leander. And your good friend Kay was there. Left you less than pleased. I believe I said it, right? Yeah. She was part of the Danger Gals crew
Like I
that was
said,
there.
nobody else important was there.
She thinks she's important.
People are allowed to be wrong.
What's funny is, for those of you watching, Adjo was the nomad who had to stop playing due to life things. His girlfriend is part of the Danger Gals group. And that's an ex-lover. We also have Kay, who's an ex-lover. Shade, who's part of the Danger Gals. Apparently, Danger Gals has taken all the exes and making them into something nasty.
Our party members have a type. Who would have thought?
Apparently. Well, it fit because they were both combat gangers or combat zoners who survived and they went off to work with someone instead. And so it's like, it fits. What female mercenary organization is there in Night City? Well, I guess I know which corp they went to work for when there's a high percentage of chance that it's that.
Mhm.
It kind of made it an easy call.
Right.
So, yeah, so I did. And it made it more fun for when he got here.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Ajo thought too, as he had a sniper rifle aimed at his heart. At least you didn't end on horrible terms with your exes. That's a good thing. But
No, there'll be a chance to blow them up later.
well, hey, you both were from, childhood gangs. They both were ex-lovers. And they both went corpo. So I had
It's
to.
not the most uncommon life path.
No, but that's part of why I had to, because it just fit perfectly and made it fun. So, but yeah, you guys actually got paid, unlike most of these other Goombas. You actually got paid last session because you actually completed a contract. rest of you have not completed your contract yet. So, that is where we are tonight. We did leave off at the Desert Trader. Is there anything else you guys wanted to do there before we on back to the Nomad camp?
Yeah, after it calmed down a bit, I want to like knock on the door to his trailer and then see if he's willing to talk. And is this gonna?
Oh yeah, no one's been hostile to him, so he's just chilling there. He doesn't mind.
Okay. I bet you have some pretty good stories you could share. You be willing to?
I mean, what kind of stories you want to know about? How to disassemble and reassemble someone in 52 steps?
Maybe about the smokers?
Maybe what?
About the smokers? Any stories about them?
Oh, not really. They're just annoying and they get parted into fertilizer, so not a lot to tell about them, really.
Oh, okay.
Why are you a smoker? You hear the sound of two motors spinning up. Roll a perception check. You're a solo, so this would fit with your full ability. 23, absolutely. This is the sound of small personal miniguns spinning up. Two of them.
No, I'm not a smoker, but a friend of mine was kidnapped by them.
You hear him spin back down. That's good. I'm not exactly fond of them.
Oh, they sound like scumbags. But I've never really been out of Night City. So
Ah,
this is my
I
first
see.
job outside of Night City.
Well, welcome. I hope you enjoy it.
You know, I was gonna ask somebody from around here. What is that sound going on out there after dark? It's like everywhere. It sounds like squeaking or squealing or scratching or something. It's everywhere.
You mean the bugs?
I don't know. What is that?
Sid will pull out from his pocket a whole bunch of insects, and it would just sort of pour them out into your hands.
You see these black, strange, moving critters.
What, like crickets?
Yeah.
Okay. Like, what the hell is this?
Probably a couple grasshoppers in there. But yeah.
Some nutrition, man. You should try it.
Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, puppy.
Welcome in.
You don't eat these. Here you go.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Not that hungry. I got kibble.
What do you mean? These are delicious.
Guys, probably best you put in the fire for at least a minute or two. Raw, it can be a little crunchy.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
so
it depends if you like having the feeling of it, hop down your throat.
No thanks. I'll pass. I'll stick with kibble.
Well, kibble is actually majority made with insects like this.
You think? You're gonna like pull out a packet and start looking at it.
There's no ingredients listed on it. Just nutritional facts.
Like it doesn't say bugs on here anywhere.
Well, why would they say that? Then they'd have to admit it. Corporations don't tend to necessarily want to own up to the fact that they like feeding people bugs. But it's a cheap source of protein.
Is this what you normally would eat out here?
I didn't say I would. I don't tend to eat a whole lot.
I suppose.
when you haven't eaten for over a week, you will resort to just about anything.
Let's wait till we get to that point before we revisit bug eating.
I mean, he has a point, but at the same time, not like you're not eating bugs anyways, and you just towards your kibble again.
These don't wiggle.
These don't either. He has like a small flamethrower in his thumb that just roasts one. Here, take a bite.
I'll take it and pull the legs off of it. And then eat it.
It doesn't taste the same as kibble because kibble has other chemicals and stuff to it.
And lots of probably salt.
Yeah, but there's a bit of an aftertaste that reminds you of kibble. Which just doesn't sit well with you. The fact that maybe he's right.
I really don't like that you might be right.
Anyway, what my friend here was saying is, these smokers, they seem to have a mobile combat train that they seem to be organizing against all the nomads, against anyone that opposes them. And part of why we're here, man, is, well, we want to take them down.
I think we should take the train.
That sounds great. You should do that. Those should be decommissioned. They're kind of nasty.
You couldn't lend some aid to this effort, or perhaps know where might be a good place to strike?
I think striking them on the train track would be a good idea. Maybe blowing the train track up so they can't keep going, but then I don't know if anyone else has used the train track, so that could be potentially a difficult situation unless you find out that no one else is using it. In which case, then it would be adequate to actually alter progress by blowing the train track. However, then it would cause an accident and anything on the train would be destroyed. So it's really a consideration you have to take into equivalent to decide which would best be transpired under that circumstance.
What if we just got on the train engine or whatever and blew it up? Then we don't gotta blow up the tracks.
I mean, probably would be best to stop it before blowing it up, but yeah, that would work. You'd have to get a really good car to be able to keep pace with it.
How fast does it move? Any idea?
Well, not as fast as the maglev trains that you hear that goes from Night City and such all the way over the East Coast, but it is fairly fast. I think I heard them say it goes
And
200
they
miles an
don't
hour.
have potholes on train tracks.
Maybe
Exactly.
we need to get an AV.
Well, good luck with that. I don't have one of those. You think I'd be in this if I had an AV? Not a chance. Do you have an AV?
No, but I was thinking maybe there's somebody we could rent one from or hire a ride from.
If you do, you do. I don't know.
Do you have explosives that you would be willing to sell?
Maybe.
Like ones that could be used to, say, blow up a train?
How skilled are you in explosives?
Not particularly.
There's a few of us
You
that
throw
have
grenades.
some experience, and there is some that are tagging along for now that also have a little bit more, and perhaps are a little bit closer to madness.
Well, what do you think's the explosives the best? Because, they're not exactly safe, and I don't want to be responsible for unaliving yourselves in a particularly unnice manner.
Zid would go over his experiences in the combat zone. He would also talk. I think it was Blackstone that also has a little bit of explosives experience. Pretty sure it was him. And he would mention. He would certainly not refer to this other character as his friend, but someone else we've been escorting around that might have
But
gotten
Knockoff's your
nearly blown
friend.
up.
Hey, Zed, you remember me?
I wish I didn't.
So
Come on,
this is
Zed,
another
we're
character talking?
friends. Huh?
This is another character talking.
Yeah, Knockall is a character from Zid's background, who Zid has a uncertain relationship with, shall we say.
Knuckle, our explosives expert.
If by expert you mean total madman.
So demolitions
Genius
of
and madness are two sides of the same
10.
coin.
Demolitions of 12, so Blackstone's slightly better. Does anyone else have demolition skill?
I don't.
Demolitions 8. Demolition 4. Ooh, shade. Asking for demolitions with demolitions of 4. That won't turn out bad at all. Let's give the demolitions.
We got a 10 and a 12 in the group, though. That's not bad. It's not.
You're right, and a 4 and a 5 in the group.
Well, I mean, if he'd said yes, my next question was going to be, do you know how to use them?
Well, at least Agio's not part of the group right now because he has a demolitions of 3. So you know. So yeah, Blackstone and
Don't ask me.
Zid have some skill in explosives. What would be a good way? Roll a explosives check. Basically, he gives you a device to look at. That is a artificial explosive. It's not actually going to blow up, and you can tell that, but it kind of tests your skill at properly setting and disassembling 2 in it. Blackstone 2 in it. So neither of you did. 20 though, that's decent. He's like, well, you're not the best I've seen in it, but you know a little bit. What kind of explosives would you like?
He would be honest with him. He would say that all of his experience was with whatever he could find in the combat zone, and he would literally just like put things together and tie them together and put them under a door or above a door or something and get the hell out.
It's okay. Knockall knows exactly about your experience. But yeah, he's like, so what kind of explosives would you want? Is there any particular ones that you use, or you just looking for?
Sid would say this. He would go, well, if I were to have everything that I wanted, I think explosives that have very good pushing torque force that go not just boom with fire, but go boom with force to get the train off those tracks, man. If we can get the train off those tracks, then it's going to take a very long time for them to get the train back on the tracks, especially if there's no crane nearby. And then we can assault them with our weapons and other things.
All right, well, I got a couple options for you then. RPG. Did I say more? C4. Now, one you can launch at it and cause problems, and one you have to actually walk up there and set it. What are you thinking?
I think the RPG sounds like way more practical.
Did seen what an RPG does, and he would sort of just be nonplussed with the idea.
You don't think it would stop it?
He. How's he gonna respond to this? He'll say, well, they make a big fireball. That's nice.
Actually, it depends on the version you have. Some of them don't really have much of an explosion. They more just... Or they have a big explosion. They don't have much fire. They just have really big explosion. It depends if they're more the armor-piercing variety or the anti-personnel variety. It sounds like you've had more experience with the anti-personnel variety.
Did Hardo, Texas. We love it. Yes. Play C4 and set it up with the RPG. Perfect. Perfect.
Double the booms.
Definitely a big boom.
Yeah. I think having something multi-stage is also something like that it's interested in, like having like a couple of places along a track that you might place things so that there's a first one and then a second one, and it contributes to like getting it up. Because something as big and as heavy and as fast moving as a combat train, especially when it's armored, is not going to come off the tracks easily. It like
Right.
there's a lot of mass you're talking about.
What about if we find a spot ahead of them where we could derail them off to like a track that's incomplete? Like a switch.
Well, we have a map. We
station.
have a map of everything, so we might be able to throw a lever somewhere to, pop it onto a disused or incomplete track for sure. Especially if it's going to go off a cliff, that would be amazing. Do we have like just a big cliff somewhere where the train's got and we could just like,
Unless they keep the hostages on the train.
Well, but that we don't know, do we? Do they
I've
have
heard
any
they might
hostages even at
utilize
the
it.
moment?
Jade?
At least one.
Well, that puts a damper on things.
Just a little bit. Do you really care about this individual, or do you mind him departing life? Because if you don't mind his departing, well, I guess you could still run a cliff, but kind of would be cool.
I kind of mind.
So it sounds like cliff's not an option then.
Not unless we get more intel and find out that he's not on the train. Then I'm all for it. There's no hostages or innocent people on the train. We can run it right off a cliff.
And vehicle tech. So what's this for, Stitcher?
Stitcher will walk back into the trailer. I've waited a little bit before saying anything. Like, well, if the smokers are doing anything with the hostages, they're probably using them to run the train, do the grunt work, based on if they have the skill in that area. Like, if they have engineering skill, they're probably working on the train, repairing it, or otherwise keeping it running.
Is this their primary interest, this train?
If it's...
Or do you know?
Sorry.
It's just been how they've been staging. I don't know if it's an interest. It's just like this is how they've gotten so big and prolific, right? Like they've been taking over these oil places. They took over the train. They've outfitted it and so that they're invincible, and then they're doing other things, terrorizing and stuff after the fact. This is I would say the means to doing what they're doing, but I'm not sure if it's their primary focus. It's just how they've managed to get where they are, I think. That I could be totally wrong. That's just how I'm reading it.
It's effectively like soft power. It's the equivalent of aircraft carriers extending your reach out for your aviation.
Good way of seeing it.
Both hard and soft, really. Like, compete with the nomads. Like, you got transit, so do we, and we can blow you up from anywhere.
But certainly they've
So,
got
and they
people
will.
not only who have this expertise, but and Zid would come clean. Not that he's hidden this, but you've not been with us for very long. He would tell you about what we have learned in regards to these smokers, in that they have someone bankrolling or multiple people bankrolling. We found records to say that there's at least one individual or corp or subcorp or something who is behind, who has hired them and who has promised them that if they do the bidding, if they do more, that they get more. They get total ownership. They get of this area. They basically become like the authority in this area if they do all of this stuff, and the train
So
is
they get to
probably a
be
result
kings
of
of
that
dirt.
bankrolling.
I mean,
Rulers of the Badlands and controlling shipping.
and they're certainly not controlling him, as I gesture towards the medtech.
There are exceptions to every rule, especially
They
ones
were
that can function
controlling him.
independently.
They were basically forcing him to work. He can tell you all about that. When we found him,
I don't mean Stitcher. I'm gesturing to our host.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. There is confusion. You gestured to him about what then?
I'm saying they're certainly not controlling him, and I gestured to our host.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, as Stitcher was saying, some exceptions to the rule. This guy's complete badass.
Well, I mean, when you lived as long as I have, you gotta learn to survive.
Maybe they are after
to be as self-sustaining as you are.
Other targets that are more tactically beneficial rather than one roaming dude who runs a radio station. No offense, but maybe they
No,
have
it's a hobby. It's a fun hobby. It's my age. Hobby's what you got. Well, that in your life because you survive, but you know.
But what
you
is
pick
it
up a
out here
hobby
that
when you
they're
get older.
What is it out there that they're going to control? I mean, there's a dead town, and it doesn't seem like there's much of value out here as far as needing to control it with a bunch of might.
But that's exactly it, isn't it? That's why anyone doesn't go to Night City. It is to go to places where there is nothing, so you can get away with whatever the hell you want.
Well, there's that, but also supply. They can cause a problem or work with the corpse to not have to rely on the nomads. Well, the corpos would much not working with the nomads if they didn't have to, because you know, corpos.
So they could become part of the supply chain instead of nomads. and
these guys
that
are a
would be
tool.
bad for everyone.
They're useful idiots. The smokers.
I mean, in some regards, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's end them.
I mean, what better way to
Useful
just
and
get rid of them.
expendable.
Well, glad to see you're on the page with getting rid of them. We still got to work out how we want to do that. Explosives could lead some of the way. Finding a junction that leads not off a cliff, but perhaps to some unused section of track where we could lay ambush could be a thing. There might be other options. That is what I thought of, but we have a map here of everything.
Oh, that's
I mean,
interesting.
It would
That
lay
should
the
help
map
plan your
out and-
strategies.
So where I'm gonna
Yeah.
look at the map and find where we are and say, well, where was the train when you last found it?
No, I haven't found it.
We haven't found it either.
it's
you-
all
you've not seen
rumor
the train.
right now.
Nope. We have not seen the train.
But the nomads speak of it like they've seen ghosts.
Where is the smokers' base then? Where do they operate out of, other than the train? Or is that it? Do we not know where they come in?
Well, that is
That's
their
another
base.
thing.
So
We just need to
the-
follow
the-
them.
yeah, so they had. Zid would tell you that they had a place where we found Stitcher, which was like a pumping, oil pumping station,
Oil refinery.
or refinery. And we found, and that's where we first encountered them. And we found out about this bankrolling situation. That's when we sort of first got onto the trail, and we heard about the train not long after. But we haven't seen it. We've been looking for where it might be. That's why we went to the town. Can't remember the name of it. The city, and we had a look
Santa
around
Rosa?
there. We didn't find much. We found maps, but we didn't find the train like what we were hoping to find.
Okay.
So yeah, we're at a little bit of a loss right now as to know, but there's only so many places that they could be. So
And I mean, a train running on petrol, there's only so many places it can go when it runs out of resources. There's only so many places it can go for repairs.
Does it
For
run
example,
on petrol or
if the
diesel?
brakes wear out,
we think it's oil, right?
Uh,
we think it's refined old fuel. We
would
don't know if
Stitcher actually know the difference between petrol and diesel?
Why not?
I don't think
You have to
any
be
of us would.
pretty old. Who's the oldest? I think Harlan is
I
probably the
Blackstone or
know.
Harlan. Yeah, one of those
Harlan
two. But Harlan
might.
spent all of his life
In corporate areas.
corporate.
Right? Yeah.
Harlan might because of education, right? Because the corporates would tell you about, educate you on the old. You may not have experienced it, but been taught it.
Yeah.
I think Blackstone even is a little seen it.
Okay.
The old nomad camp leader who's really old. This Ripper Dog. Probably two of the only people you've found that may be old enough to actually seen pre-shoot times and know what those.
Well, we could roll if you wanted. You could roll. I can't, but you could roll Harlan's education to see how much he might know. If it's important, it might not be.
I mean, it's up to you guys. It's not that important. Not going to stop you from this.
Yeah, we'll just leave it until Mixed Nuts is here so that he can.
Okay.
No, I think it's just more of a detail thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this
But
is
yeah,
this is the
where I was
first
going
time
with the
that
land vehicle
like
tech was figuring out
we've had the question, so
Kinda-
it's good to
Exactly.
Yeah.
fair.
So, did you want to go for rockets, or did you want to go for the manual deployed explosive?
Personally, I would prefer manually deployed. We have others in the group that would prefer rocket propelled. Don't know what is best.
All my trainings is in small arms and blades. I have not much experience with explosive beyond grenades.
Um,
Personally, I
talking
would like
about
to
messing with the
case out where they're going to cross, find a good place to hide nearby, lay it out, be prepared, have vehicles nearby to get away if we need to, all the things, because it could go well and it could go badly.
I suspect it'll take many attacks on them with guerrilla warfare style attacks to beat a large force with few people we have. Unless the nomads want to join us.
Well, they are keen to stop what is happening, but they are not exactly in good health right now, a lot of them. But the more that we are doing and the more that they get hurt, the more nomads hear about it and the more families are becoming interested in dealing with them. So you might be right. We could possibly get them on board. We need to know where. We need to know which lines they are using most. Is on the map that I've laid out, given what we've heard, given the location of the oil refinery where we found Stitcher, is there a line that would make the most sense between here and there ish, or a number of lines, 2 or 3 lines that we
between the
could
refinery
point
and the nomad
to
camp.
as to be the most likely?
Got a map for find it.
I mean, I would even think between the oil refinery and the nomad camp. Because if they're constantly encroaching on nomad territory, then they have to be able to transit between there. And then we can
Sid
see
would
what
say
kind of
that
hubs are along the way.
they probably have vehicles that can fit on the train though, so they can travel from the train some distance. It's not like, yeah, it's a mobile base of operations, complete with vehicles. Unlikely.
Oh, where we go?
Yeah, it's been a little while since we looked at.
Yeah. Sorry. It's one of those things you're like, oh yeah, no, I found it. It'll be easy to find again. And then you're like, why? Why did I think that?
West. See what I can locate too.
Do we know where the majority of hostages were picked up from? Because I know it's just been random attacks, but
You talking about the ones you know of or the
maybe
ones you don't know of?
there's the ones that we know of.
Nyander would have been in Night City.
Seeing if there's kind of a best fit line between those.
So the Central Pacific goes through Nevada, to the top
Yep.
of Nevada.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah.
That's actually the line that is currently being used, and it goes right through and past Salt Lake.
Yeah.
Which, if you recall, that location has come up before.
Well, we're not too far from Sacramento right now, right? Not
Correct.
really.
That was where we were headed for food.
You're considering going to
So-
Sacramento for food, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we
So
get-
given
did we
our
get
map,
here?
given like we've laid it out, Zid would point at Sacramento. He would be like, "Well, we have spoken about going here before for other reasons. We have failed to find the combat train, and it looks, based on these maps, like it's a likely location for a station where the train might have gone through at the very least, if not if it doesn't have buildings that they are hiding in, then at least they would have had to go through there. So it is another reason to go.
How big is Sacramento?
I don't remember the information that we already had. I think he gave us like a sentence or two about each of the places that we might go, but I don't know that I wrote down that minute information.
Yeah, there was never
think I
sizes
didn't.
mentioned because their sizes are probably unknown to you all. I did mention that Sacramento, all of the ones that have that blue city image, all of those are old cities. So they aren't corporate cities, they aren't new created cities, they're not neo-feudal cities or ghost cities, they are just old cities still chugging along, trying to make it in the lack of equipment and structured world that is Cyberpunk Red.
I'll turn to the Ripper Doc. Do you know how big Sacramento is?
I didn't count the people there. It's crazy. I don't go that close to cities.
Oh, okay.
I don't like cities. They can come out to me if they want while I'm passing by. I don't go in there. I'm done with cities and corpse. Done. I don't do that anymore.
It has a port. It would have a port that would be connected to San Francisco. But potentially there's like river nomads and stuff.
Mm-hmm. There actually is a whole nomad group that is all about water.
I mean, if we can talk to them, they're in control of a lot of the trade that goes along the river. Like that's probably not a bad idea. No, it's not train. I know it's not rail, but like surely they would know what's going on or have something for it. Who they're allied to, we don't know. We don't know what family that is right now.
Correct.
and all of the nomads that we do know, like that, we've sort of parted ways at the moment, haven't we? Or some of them came with us, right?
There's one crew with you guys. They're out in their vehicle right now.
The one with the turret.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah, Click and crew, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
Zid would be like, hold that thought, and he would go out there and he would just chug along over there and he would just ask a quick question of them, like, how much do you know about the river nomads that would be along the Sacramento River and San Francisco Bay and those sorts of areas? Do they know anything about them?
Yeah, they know a bit. They would mention that there is a nation out there. And as with most nomad groups, they kind of stick to their own, but they aren't exactly on negative dealings with each other because they do have some, trade deals where
A mutual trade.
it has to go from, one group of nomads to another group of nomads to get to the actual places,
there's
right?
multiple middlemen. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So absolutely the case. Now, there is 7 main groups of nomads. Aldecados, Blood Nation, Folk Nation, Jodes, Metacorp, Snake Nation, and the last nation? Thales Nation. Thales Nation is the ones who are the marine nomads. So they have quite a lot in Tampa and Gulf of Mexico's all theirs. They have stuff out on the Great Lakes. They have stuff on all the waterways. All the shipping container ships that went missing, they tend to be the ones who go claim those and offload their goods to other nomad nations who then, pay for it and then bring them and sell it to the cities to keep the whole civilization chugging along slowly, as there's not a whole lot of manufacturing going on right now.
Sid would ask another question then related to this.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very specific question. He would say, hey, does your family or your nation, do they have a trade coming up? Some sort of deal already made that we could tag along with to go to Sacramento and meet with them ourselves, be part of the group that delivers cargo or anything?
I mean, we'd have to check with the patriarch on that, but it's a probability. Either us or the Eldecados will probably have a shipment here at some point with them for too long.
That would probably be the best access to Sacramento that we have and would allow us to get as much information as possible while still being in a relatively secure camp, as long as we are part of the agreement and they don't think that we are there to pry or steal or anything like that. I think that might be an option. And then he would go and report to the rest of the group. Obviously, he isn't saying that is what we should do. He's laying it down as an option that he has discovered as an option. We might have to wait, though, is what he says, and maybe waiting is bad. But
something that can be decided, yeah. What does the group think?
I don't know what state Neander's in or any other hostages they may have taken. He's a skilled technician, so maybe that's why they took him. Maybe it was some luck. I don't know.
It's a good question.
Not even 100% certainty, considering the source.
The other thing is we can just literally drive down 5 to Sacramento and check it out for ourselves. We were literally talking about that anyway.
Because we still needed supplies at the time.
Supplies
We're
and
good for
stuff, yeah.
now.
We're good on water. Did we have? Did we get much food here though?
We got some. I think we've definitely got water. We're back to a bit over a week of grace.
Which, assuming we stay on road to Sacramento, a week should carry us.
Well,
To get us there.
You can get to Sacramento
Even
pretty
with-
quick.
I'm guessing.
It's
is
2 days
Howard
to get
there,
back
right?
to the Nomad camp to the southeast of Sacramento,
Mhm.
Oh,
which
okay.
is where that contact that sent you on this quest up here was located.
So we have to go that way anyway.
So you either stop off in Sacramento or you can bypass it like you did last time and avoid it and just get back to the Nomad camp. Because you do have 2 days supplies. But you need 2 days supplies to get there.
Well, Zid would suggest that given that we've got the Nomad camp down there, it's only, you said 2 days to get to there. Can we take an extra day? Can we take 3 days and stop at at the outskirts of Sacramento, do some scouting around, see what we can find, get back in the car and just like do a day of scouting for ourselves on the way to the Nomad camp, report in everything that we found, including our newly obtained scouting reports of Sacramento, to the Nomad camp, hoping that we don't get found, hoping that we don't get pulled apart by whatever might be there. It's a flawed plan because we don't know what's there, but Zid would suggest that we're going that way, so why not stop for a couple of hours or a day to see what we can see.
There's a city there, so we should be able to get supplies, correct?
Most likely,
Maybe.
yeah.
We have
assuming
money.
It's not.
Yeah, places that we've been before, we've had to like stash away our weapons and things so that we don't get and we've had other issues happen. Zid would summit Blackstone. Things have happened.
Right.
What do you mean? It went great at the
Not to
last
mention,
city you went to. It was a double corpse city.
And not to mention some of the things that some of the headaches that we have run into that were basically only avoided by trading favor for favor. Still,
Hey,
it's worth looking to see if
not
they've
a bad
got
idea.
resources,
Not
to
a
see
great
if they're
one.
willing to trade, to get some scouting done, and then if they're like standoffish or if there's problems, we just book it to the Nomad camp. If not, yeah, we might find something worthwhile. I mean, I don't want to be the driving force of this whole thing, so we've got other choices, but I like the idea as a player, and Zid likes the idea of it as his character.
We don't have enough information to do much else. We need more information.
And from what I vaguely remember about Salt Lake coming up before is that it was heavily fortified and not at all friendly.
that was a neo-feudal city. Malkov, are you familiar with the neo-feudal cities? Cyberpunk?
Not particularly, no.
They basically fell back into more of a feudal system where there is a kind of a single industry that's mainly taken over there.
Okay.
And so they're a little bit more regimented. So old cities are less likely to be a problem. New cities, no clue what to expect. Corpo cities, well, it's a Corpo city. I think you know what to expect with a Corpo city. Neo-feudal cities are kind of like Corpo cities, where basically like one corporation rules it, and it's kind of more of a structural kind of feudal system set up there.
Okay. All the people working at the factories are the serfs.
Yeah. Exactly. And of course, the management of the corp is the nobles of different degrees, right?
Yep. I can imagine their health.
I mean, they're really friendly. Just like
Friendly.
rabid dogs. Yeah. So let me pull this up here. They had a
The
nice
other thing about the
description of it
hostages
that I was looking
is-
for.
Yeah. As long as they're useful to the smokers, they're very unlikely to get killed off early.
Well, most of the cities aren't just
Likely,
going to
but
get
not possible.
removed by the smokers because they have enough people there. It's going to be a problem.
How big is the smokers gang? Do you have any inkling?
They haven't heard any numbers yet.
Okay.
It's very much been in the background for us. Like, we know it's the goal, but the details are scant, scarce. Take your pick.
Okay.
Well, I was trying to find it, but I haven't been able to find it. There's an interesting description I had of it that kind of broke it down nice and clear about kind of what a neo-feudal city was like. But now I'm not finding it because you know how that goes.
Sorry.
But yeah, they're not terrible, but they're not exactly where you're going to be thrilled to have to go to. That was the issue with that one. Sacramento is currently still in the time of the red, is considered the capital of the North California Free State.
So it's probably a fairly large population.
Yeah. Now, Night City is kind of its own creature.
Yeah, they're separate
But-
from all of California.
Right. The only thing probably bigger than Night City would be the LA Metroplex, where they basically have hyperrail train system between all these mega new cities, where it's basically like a couple night cities that have all been combined and are just crazy. Look who it is.
There he is.
He is alive.
Alive!
This is my wife's webcam.
It's fine. I didn't know if you'd make it because I knew you had to
She's
take care
asleep.
of priorities. She's
Okay.
important. Got to put her
Mhm.
first.
Absolutely.
No arguments there.
Mm-mm.
I'm not Ghost today, huh?
Hmm?
Switch to Prime from Ghost. Got a better sponsorship.
Yeah. Oh, I got the ghost over here.
Uh,
The prime is
Is-
not carbonated. The ghost is.
okay.
You just have multiple.
Just in case.
Mm-hmm.
You missed a lot.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
we'll
only been
catch you up real quick.
sure.
We're still at the Old Ripper dock.
Oh, I haven't missed anything.
Mhm.
I
You
mean,
have.
Yeah,
You
we've been
have.
talking about plan
Yeah,
to.
I heard stuff about Salt Lake. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're not going to Salt Lake.
Okay.
Zid suggested a plan to go to Sacramento, scout it out, and then take like a day,
Mm-hmm.
and then head over to the Nomad camp because for all we've done, we still know basically nothing about the smokers or
Yeah.
the train, other than it's out there,
Yep.
and that you are going to be our explosives expert, either you or Zid. So
You have 12, he has 10.
I have what?
and
12.
you may also know at least a little bit about how best to knock a train off its tracks.
Right.
So, yeah. There's also, I'm not sure if we threw out any other options at the moment. But that's been
That's the
the main one
primary.
discussed so far.
Yeah, it's been a lot of discussing and planning. Because with Shade in the group, it's been decided that he's pushing towards going and attacking the train because he has someone he wants to get back. That he
If
heard
that's
that
in fact
the
where they're
smokers
holding
took.
him, I don't know yet. I don't know how to find more information because we don't know where the smokers are located.
Right.
so
might
getting
have-
this information is the best we can do for everyone.
Right now, that seems like the best course of action. We can't act without information. Just running around like idiots in the wilderness here isn't going to do anybody any good.
You could break
Sid
down
would
into
ask
golden
this,
saucer.
Sid would ask this old fella if there's anything that he needs from Sacramento or a big city like that on the way from Stockton, Sacramento, or anything around that area that he knows that we might be able to deliver back to him for a finder's fee.
Don't have anything in mind, but if you find anything interesting, I'm always in the market.
All right. Cool.
I'll keep that in mind.
I mean, he has all sorts of
We know his
tech
interests.
pieces.
So
Yeah,
we
hanging
know
all
what he
over the
might be
walls.
interested
Yeah.
in. Cool. All right.
All right.
Well, I mean,
Collector of the strange and fantastic.
Yeah.
so Zid'll get his things together. He'll head back over to the car.
Did you
and we
guys want to buy any demolitions of any sort? Or you guys had kind of talked about it, but never decided which route or what to do?
I think Zid would get some C4. That he had some. Well, he would certainly ask how much it's going to be to grab some
Yeah.
C4 at least. I mean, we might not
Um,
have the money for it right now.
I'm pretty good with explosives as well, so I'll take some as well.
Do they have demolitions? I'm trying to
Sure they
find
do.
where they... Right, and I'm trying to find an item that's it, so I can at least get a ballpark or idea.
Yeah, I'm looking right now.
I mean, I know there's grenades, but... I'm trying to see if they actually have, like, demolition charge of some sort. And we're gonna need to do our break soon because I need to go and kill a dog. Does anyone want one? I'll send you him in pieces.
Well,
Got himself
we've
in
got some
trouble,
time if we're
and he
going to
won't
take a
stop
break to
barking.
do some research, see what we can find.
Yeah, let's go ahead and
So-
do that because I need to go deal with him. And then that'll give everyone time to grab a drink, get prepped, find any info or think about anything else they want, and then we'll pick up there. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Works for me.
Viewers, see you all in 10 minutes. We're going to do a bio break. Stay tuned. We'll pick up here, continue the story. session, where our lovely crew has decided upon a route they want to take this evening. What do you guys want to do? You guys in character can let our lovely viewers know. There.
I think first we're going to head to Sacramento. Let's check it out.
Okay.
See if we can find any more information and food.
Yeah, can't think of anything else, but I mean, to me, what Zid laid out makes sense, and Shade's asking a whole bunch of questions that we don't know.
Yeah.
So
you guys do have 25 units of food and 60 water.
A unit being a day for one person?
Yeah.
Definitely good on water. We'll need some food by the end of this trip to Sacramento and the Nomad camp.
You're saying
Zid, how did you want to recon?
What are we trying to decide on right now?
What the plan for reconning Sacramento and its area is, because it's a very large city.
Yeah.
And are you guys going to go in and explore? Or are you going to try to use what?
I know one other thing I'd like to buy if the Ripper Doc has any is some binoculars.
Good point.
My
I'm sure I got an old pair around here somewhere. I believe they're going for like 50 eddies.
Sounds fair. Sounds fair.
Not bad at all.
So, are the nomads going back to the nomad camp? Is that their plan?
They were going to wait for you guys. If you're going to take long, they're going to head back. You said, can we have a quick detour?
We would let them know that our plan is to go to the nomad camp via Sacramento and to scout Sacramento out. He would say we have this vehicle, Ajo's vehicle, and we have the nomad vehicle. Let's one of us pick the west side and one of us pick the east side of Sacramento. See what we can see while still staying to like some outskirts, see if we cross a train line, whatever else, and then combine our information east and west side back at the nomad camp 3 days from now.
So not go into Sacramento, but drive around it, scout out around it.
Yeah, do as much as we can with 1 day of scouting.
And especially take note of any kind of rail transit or similar major shipping into the city. And any sign of refineries.
Binoculars have been added to your inventory. Shade.
Thank you.
Okay. Sounds like that's the plan.
If it's helpful, my eyes have zooming, or I have like microscopic vision, so I can be a second pair of binoculars if need be.
Is it telescopic vision or microvision? Two different ones.
Yeah,
one allows you to zoom close up at close up. One is letting you see at far distance.
Given the fact that I'm tech, it's probably like microscopic.
Yeah, micro optics.
That's what I meant. Yep.
400 magnification, so you can see close up things close up.
Yeah, like whenever I'm tinkering, I can see that, like the small pieces.
Right.
But it doesn't work for vision far away.
I believe for far away there's
That's
a separate
different mod.
Okay, never mind then.
would like to get some cyber eyes, but I need therapy. Yeah, there's micro optics and teleoptics.
That's what it was. Yeah, I was gonna say it's something else. Yeah, teleoptic. Sounds right.
800 meters away.
Yep. So the teleoptic, yeah, 800 meters +1 to a single shot, aimed shot, greater than 50 meters away. So if you want to be a sniper, that's a really good option.
Or just for recon.
True. And then you can always get, targeting scopes and stuff like that too to boost your aim shot so you can headshot people.
Yeah.
Zid's hunkering down in the van,
So,
getting himself ready.
nothing else you guys want to buy from him before you head out? Then we head out.
I think I'm good.
Just a troll. Wave, thank the Ripper Doc.
I'm good.
Wish you could be cool like him.
Head out. Right. One day, after cyberizing the majority of my
One day
body
when I
and-
go cybercycle, I'll be like this old man. Wait,
I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure I
basically.
asked about drone last time, so I don't think he had any. So
did you ask about a drone? I don't remember you asking about a
pretty
drone.
sure I did.
I know Blackstone asked about getting his body enhanced.
I will ask
but,
about a drone, specifically an airborne drone that has like a camera on it, or that we could strap a camera to it.
Yeah, I think you had asked other Knockall about a drone, or the whenever we were at the
I think you
the
asked
house.
at the Nomad camp, and you may have
Or
not
that.
asked Knockall. I don't recall you
Anyway,
asking here.
So you asked the doc about.
But let me
I will
see
ask
here.
the doc about
Yeah.
that.
Give me just a moment to look through. Go ahead and do some RP amongst yourselves if you guys are driving to Sacramento.
Can you drive a drone remotely? Sid?
Yeah, man.
I mean,
What?
with a remote
I-
control, yeah, a little screen or something. Yeah, you can.
Oh no. I mean, like he can drive it with his head.
Oh,
Oh no, I need some sort of interface. But
Oh, you mean like your agent?
yeah,
Okay.
Zid would like show him the few options that he has. Like he's got a computer on him, mobile like computing thing. He's got like his agent. He's got virtuality goggles. He's got all sorts of stuff that he can like probably plug into it.
Do you still have your friend?
Goes, yeah, man. I have lots of friends.
Okay. You know the friend I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything she can do to help?
I will see if I can contact her.
Okay.
can she get us an AV? Whoever this friend of yours is.
She would probably enjoy being on an AV.
No, she would very much enjoy being on an AV. She would love it.
Humming right at the Valkyries the whole way through.
I am not sure she is in the best position to be obtaining resources for us just right at the moment, though.
Yeah.
Depends on which friend you're referring to.
Oh, you know exactly the friend that we're talking about.
I think I
Depends
do.
on how nice.
What color is the
Zid
sky?
asked and what else he offers.
It's fine. Inside joke.
There's
Chapter one
blue
joke.
and there's buff. Are we talking
Chapter
about
one
blue or
joke.
buff?
Blue. That's
Blue.
blue.
We're
Blue.
talking about blue.
Yeah, we're not talking about buff.
And those are slang terms.
Buff
Anyone
might be
who's
able to hook us up with all sorts of things, but it's probably not going to be until
that's what I
Yeah.
said.
like,
Oh man,
yeah.
This
I don't know what Blue would
is-
think about encounters with hookers. That would be fun.
And
see. I think I found something, but give me a moment. I pick something.
Hey, Blackstone, how's everything feeling? And Stitcher will point to his eyes and the arm.
Zid waves his hand in front of Blackstone. Hey, you listening,
Blackstone?
bud?
Blackstone.
You zoning out? You're meant to be driving, bud. You paying attention to the road? Stitcher just spoke to you.
Did I
I
like
don't hear
actually
anybody
freeze up?
talking, so
Oh. Do you not hear anyone?
Hmm.
no, Stitcher's not showing up on my screen.
Oh,
he's
he was
not in
talking
here.
to you.
No, not on my screen. He's not.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't see him in here either.
Okay.
He dropped
He's gonna
out,
yeah, he's gonna reconnect.
I'm sorry. Like, yeah, I completely.
No, you're
missed
fine.
all
He
of
was
that.
there. That's why it was funny, because I think Matt heard him and I heard him.
That's. I was just like, hey man, sorry. I was just flipping through like notifications on my phone.
No, you're fine.
Yeah,
It was a tech issue that we can't always tell.
yeah,
There we
Hey,
go.
That's the problem.
yeah. I can hear you now. You're
Yep.
good.
You're back.
Finally! Darn
Yeah.
you, internet. Why have you failed me in this
Stupid internet. God damn it.
moment?
Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, basically. But Stitcher would be like, hey, Blackstone, how are the eyes and arm feeling? How are you feeling?
It's getting used to it, but I mean, for the most part, I don't really feel any difference. If anything, it feels a bit stronger, and my eyesight's a bit better than it was before. So, whatever you did, your amazing work definitely helped. Maybe you maybe even snuck an upgrade in there. Who knows?
Oh, you may have had a slightly loose connection. Maybe
Sure.
made it intermittent.
Given
so-
all the shit I've been taking and all the human shield I've been doing, yeah, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if one of those just wouldn't take much to knock it loose.
Cool.
So
Yeah, everything's good. Nice and clear and nice and strong.
good that everything's feeling well and you're not feeling any like lingering side effects or anything.
No, actually, I don't really even feel like dizzy or itchy from the rabies. So that's all gone too, seemingly.
Good.
So that makes me feel good.
Yeah. Still want to keep an eye on it regardless,
Yeah.
because
Totally.
who knows, but
Yeah.
good that it's actually
I'm still listening. I'm just keeping my eyes on the road, trying to make sure I don't.
Get
Right.
everyone killed.
Can't be Aljo yelling at somebody driving one-handed on two wheels and
Well, Audrey doesn't
Still
drive
be
one-handed.
fine.
He drives with his knees.
I'm capable of driving if you need a break.
that's up to Blackstone.
Well, given the fact that I was extremely non-helpful against the alpha, I will soldier through. But I appreciate the offer. If I do find myself dozing off, I will let you know.
So, quick rewind to where you were asking him about drones. Well, I have one here, and I have a contact that can send one in, but it'll take a little bit to get. The one I have here is a basic observer drone. Costs 1,000 eddies. Can be linked to your agent. just a basic
Stash.
visual drone. It's meant to be observer. It's a flying camera, basically. If you want to order and have it shipped in, for 10,000 eddies, I can get a military flying AV. It's fairly large, but you know, it's a robot with guns. It's pretty cool. Not sure if that's what you're going for.
Only 10,000, you say?
Yeah, 10,000.
Do you have a financing program?
Nope. For 50,000, they have a bigger, more deadly one. It's a former Arasaka one that he swiped. There's one for 1,000 that he has.
What is
That's-
the name of this contact? Are you willing to share that with us?
Well, I can give you a way to contact him, but not his name.
All right. Well, Zid will take this.
Fair enough.
He will take the 1,001 if everyone is okay with it. I think that this will get us much better information than we can if we just like are on the ground. It will take the majority of our Eurobucks. We're at 1,700 right now. Zid has basically nothing on him. So it would take like 1,000. We'd be down to 700 Eurobucks in the stash if we took it.
I mean, I think the benefits of having the drone outweigh the reserves. It just means we're going to have to complete a few side jobs.
Yeah, it means we've only got 700 for food and water when we get to. Yeah, we definitely need to like get some more cash coming in if we do that.
I mean, given the amount of information we would glean with a drone, I think that it's definitely worth the cost.
Certainly seems worth it.
All right, DM, feel free to take 1,000 Eurobucks out of the stash.
It's gone.
Right.
We'll just explain it to Harlan when he looks at the finances in shock.
You're like, what the
It's
hell?
the economy is in
did you
shambles.
do?
Yeah, I don't think we've gotten anything to sell. So at the moment,
I mean, you have some basic gear, nothing that's that
Just had
much,
to
or
blow up
necessarily
that-
that.
That frame. Had to blow up the frame.
because we could totally cart that around.
You got your fabricator from our last big trade, so I think that one's a
Right.
win.
Which he
we
hasn't
will
been using.
we'll take it, and then we will head to Sacramento.
How long
So
does
if
it
you
take
look
to
in
upgrade a
your
weapon?
inventory now, you'll see Concept Mechanics, the Observer drone, is located under your gear.
Concept.
What'd you say, Malcolm?
I was just wondering how long it takes to upgrade a weapon, if you know offhand.
It depends on the grade of the weapon.
Just from like regular to +1 or whatever, excellent. High quality. I'm not sure what they call it offhand. There you go. Grades.
Like the cheap stuff takes like a few hours. The premium stuff takes like a week.
Oh, it's a day here for premium. Okay. A week
Okay.
for-
And then like luxurious is like a week or something like that.
Premium's the 500? Or is that the 100?
I think premium. There's
You
a,
have it pinned, I believe.
Yeah, I do. Hang on. It's right here. I got it right here. So there's cheap, costly. I think costly is 100. Premium's 5. Expensive is 1,000.
Expensive is 500.
Okay, then never mind. Scratch that.
The premium's 100.
Yeah, that's a
So
day
a day, okay.
with a DV of 17.
I just realized that somehow the music got muted on my end. I'm sorry, viewers. I'm missing all the cool music. Like, what's going on?
You just have to play some extra cool music.
Been hearing music. Oh, that's because I'm in the freaking game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eurobeat remixes? I'm down.
So, 1,000 euro buck item is considered expensive. 50 is costly.
100's
10
premium.
is cheap. Yep.
Very expensive is what? No, time-wise. Sorry. Hang on. To upgrade it.
Expensive.
Very expensive is 2 weeks. Expensive is 1 week.
What can we find in
Go ahead.
Sacramento?
Yep. So, really, like, weird, dumb question. Like, when I'm upgrading something, am I upgrading the grade, like from costly to premium, or am I upgrading?
No, you're upgrading it from like crappy to normal, and from normal to excellent, or whatever the
Okay.
grades are. Gives it basically a +1.
Okay.
Yeah.
And basically, you can do that on any item. You basically are tinkering with it, making it so it works more efficiently.
Okay.
So you can read the info on the book on that and see what you think.
Okay.
I believe it had a pretty good section on how that works.
Yep.
And then, like they said, with the item you got last time, you guys kind
Printer.
of splurged. Yeah.
Mhm.
You guys got the 3D printer, which allows you to, as long as you have tech tools, which you do, you can utilize those skills while you're out in the field.
That sounds super helpful.
Yeah, I think that's why they
Do I
decided they should
need
get it.
Do I need materials, or does the materials just come out of thin air?
It's part of the upgrade process. I believe you have to pay some for it.
Okay.
But otherwise, yeah, it's built into that. So upgrade and fabrication can be used anywhere as long as you have tech tools.
Cool.
So on page 148 of the core book.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yep. Anything else?
No, off to Sacramento we go.
Okay. So you guys have what you guys get to Sacramento. What does thou wish to do here within Sacramento?
All the recon.
Alright.
Is there a specific like location that has a very good overview of the area? Not like the whole area, but like a good portion of it, especially some train tracks.
Roll initial scout, so wilderness survival or this would not really
Tactics work?
local expert. I could see tactics being potentially.
Oh, where am I?
Wilderness survival. Nice. So Zed is able to find a decent lookout point where you guys can scan a decent portion of the city. So now someone can choose to do a scan of the city with perception. See what they get. The actual surveying the city and what's going on.
I would like to make a perception check.
If you guys want to have do it. No,
Okay.
it's more just we have one person be appointed in the
Yeah,
group
that's
to do it.
Very good.
Really good.
Ah, he spent his mod on that. Nice. So 24. He uses his binoculars and his training is able to locate some options. On the south side of the city, there is a split in the railroad where one goes north and one goes south. Referencing the map, you're able to determine that one is going to be a less unused route that drives them up to Santa Rosa. And the other one would go down towards the Burke Oak Metroplex in San Francisco. And so that's on the southwest side of the city. On the northern side of the city, on the outskirts, kind of in a bit of a more abandoned section of the city, there is a old train depot that the train line goes through. It almost seems to be a outskirts, kind of slums, ganger kind of area. So those are the two locations that you're able to locate. That fit what you guys were looking for.
I vote we go to the northern train depot.
Yeah, at least far, like, close enough. I'm assuming these drones have like a mile or two or something that they
Does it say on there or not?
Let's see.
And no.
Do any of you have a radio as well? I have one. It's got about a mile radius.
We look.
Don't know that anyone else got one.
I have
Radio
not
communicator.
radio.
Pretty much everyone has an agent, but you have an area that doesn't have a lot of signal, right?
Yeah, I don't.
How much is going on around us in the city? How busy is it?
In the city itself, quite busy. There's definitely different security groups that are there. You do see Corpo presence, so you know that they're trying to keep tabs on their parts of the city.
What corporations?
You're not sure at this distance. You'd have to get a little bit closer.
Okay.
You're basically way off on this overhead, right? Where you have a nice view where you're able to binoculars in and kind of see the different locations, get some details, but not enough that you can identify small Corpo logos.
Okay.
Probably some of the standard big ones of the US, since that's where it's at.
Militech.
Probably.
Militech and Arasaka aren't currently allowed in Night City. Maybe they are out here.
They're not directly allowed in Night City.
What if they're hired out as third-party security, for example? Or consulting?
Still, it would be iffy for them to be allowed in. It's more, they might create a subsidiary with a different name that's not known to be associated with them that might take up
Or
work
they
in Night
bankroll
City.
gangs.
Exactly, that was the next thing I was going to say. Or, like you've heard about a certain organization that you're currently dealing with, they get bankrolled by a big corporation. Who knows
Proxy
which
wars.
corpo it is, right? Basically, yeah.
Why do negotiations yourself when you can send somebody else to die on your behalf?
Does it look like we can enter the city without running into like checkpoint or anything
There's
like that?
some basic checkpoints, but it looks to just be making sure that there's no violence going to happen. If you stay on the northwest side or northeast side where there's kind of the slums, it looks like you probably aren't going to have to worry about it. But if you're going to go into the city itself, it looks like they have some trying to make sure there's not people coming in with problems, but not like 2077 checkpoint where you're going through that, get out of your car, we're going to scan it every inch of your car, investigate every inch of your car, check all your paperwork. Not that degree.
Okay. Excuse me.
More like Tijuana 3 in the morning.
Yeah. It's, hey, what are you doing here? What do you got with you? Make sure you're not, gonna cause problems, basically. Basic check.
Well, should we go into town and supply up and then check out these railroad yards?
Zid would not want to go into town.
Yeah, I don't want to do that
Hook
either.
up with the nomads when we get back to them, but
Yeah.
like going into town, you're gonna
That's inviting.
potentially like capture the attention of everyone in there. But I mean, you can risk it.
Is it really that bad?
Well, we don't know, do we? But it's very busy in there.
This is Zid talking to you.
Be like, yeah, you know that is scarred from recent forays into cities and places. You just be like, ever since we got abducted by Dive Deck, once we got out, everywhere that we have been, everywhere that we have gone, no matter how good it seemed when we were coming up to it, it did not go well for us. So
Especially
we
in
would just
Arcadia.
be cautious. You don't know who you're gonna come up against, or who allies there might be either. It could go either way. I'm just saying. It's a risk. I am going to stay as far away from the city center as I can, while still being able to take as many shots as I can of this train station.
Yep.
You can go wherever you want. Just don't count on me to come and rescue you if you get if you get stuck in there. I will do what I can, but no promises.
Alright, well,
Yeah,
you have a better suggestion for finding supplies?
I mean, we have, 25 units of food? I mean, that's enough to get us to the nomad camp.
Yeah, we have enough to get to there, but not beyond. So Zid would say only hope that the nomads have some. If they do not, then we are fucked. But we're fucked either way.
Would you rather be fucked by the nomads or fucked by the corpos?
The nomads would probably
Just
be a little
don't
more
go
romantic
telling
about
any
it.
of our names to anyone that you see in there, okay? Especially Harlan. You don't want to say his name to any
Yeah.
couples that you find.
Yeah, just don't even mention. You're you're kind of by yourself. But you have friends that may come in and rescue you if you
Now-
need it.
I'm gonna throw Shade a bone here. because he's been around enough combat. You're picking up PTSD from these guys hard.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm not wanting to shut the player down. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's me making sure Malakov understands Shade would also be picking up. These guys are throwing out PTSD.
Don't ask for any water. No water.
But you need water to survive. Why would
No
he be
water.
saying this?
We've got plenty of water.
A bunch of water.
We've got water. Special
How do you know
water.
that water's safe?
Special water.
But you don't even know. Maybe he did something. That old man did something to the
Oh
water.
man. I hope not. Sure, Stitcher can scan it and like check.
Do agents have a GPS like system on them? Like, can you isolate them to your location?
When they have signal. So when you get close enough to Sacramento, you will get signal. But out here in the Badlands, nothing.
Let's at least see what we see from when we get closer, and then maybe if you like what you see, you can try to go in, and if you don't, well, you don't have to.
Okay. So, prudent. Sounds fair.
All right, so you guys go to the rail yard.
Yeah,
Yeah, sure.
As close as is.
needed.
But the rail yard's over near the slums, correct? In the north.
Yeah.
It is in the
corner?
slums. Yeah.
Oh, it is in the slums. Okay. Does it
Hey.
look like there are any markets within the slums?
Not that's blatant, but you have a feeling there probably is some. They're just going to have low
Black market.
quantity and quality of stuff. And you know that you might have to wait till nighttime for some of those sort of things to show up.
Okay.
Hence the term
Night markets.
bingo.
As we're rolling into the slums, do we pass anybody that seems to be paying particular attention to this nomad van rolling through?
A lot. There's no
Great.
vehicles here. It's the slums. Vehicles are rare. They could take your vehicle and be very happy because they could sell it for over 30,000 eddies.
We don't want to stop here.
No. No.
Fantastic.
How would you do? What would you do if you basically saw a cart or anything else go by with, like, essentially in your mind, bags and bags of money just sitting there,
I was gonna say just gold bars stacked on top of it.
right?
So while we're riding along, whichever window I'm sitting closest to, I'll just have my assault rifle in my hand, like just pointed straight up, but in my hand and obvious.
That seems to dissuade some. But there's still plenty who are considering, would it be worth risking my life to be able to basically not have to worry for quite a while on how to what to
Life-changing
pay?
payday, if you will.
Exactly. Where was it? It's DLC. They had a DLC about it. I'm trying to remember. They had the actual pricing for apartments and stuff.
Yeah, I think it's like 35K for a 2-bedroom or 1-bedroom, something like that. Purchase.
To purchase, yeah.
Outright buy a house. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, an apartment.
It's an apartment, but still,
A
yeah.
house would be way higher.
You get to own it, though, is the thing.
Yeah.
That's in Night City.
Yeah, no rent.
That's in Night City, not out here in the
Right. Which, you know, prices are going to be similar, but yeah. The thing is, 30,000, they could probably be set up for a while, or at least have a major burden that's dealt with for a bit. So as much as life is a threat, life is more cheap in the slums where they literally have to fight for every meal. But that was a good call, Malkov. That'll definitely help dissuade some of them anyways. So how close to the rail station do you guys want to go? You want to like drive through it? You want to drive up next to it? What is your game plan with it?
How dense does the slum get if we try and head there, or are we going to be like just surrounded?
You'll be surrounded some, but you don't necessarily know by how many people because some of the buildings look abandoned, so you don't know if they're occupied or not. You know they're not maintained.
I'm going to suggest we get a good distance out of town and then come back at night on foot.
On foot?
On foot. Stay quiet, stay small.
What's a high point, if we can see any, that's looking down at the train depot?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a few buildings around that do that.
Let's get a good distance away from the slums, far enough that they can't chase us on foot, and hide the van.
Yeah, so we just drive through. We might get a couple of blocks away from the train station and just be looking up and down the street to see if there's like any buildings that really stand out, that they're like high up, or any like naturally occurring lookouts or anything in the area, and then double back and come out of town and be ready to go in at nighttime on foot.
Anything with good visibility and has room for the van.
Shall we make perception checks to see
Yeah,
what
do a
we
perception check and then do a wilderness survival for a hidey spot for the van.
The wilderness survival sucks.
I won't do the wilderness survival. Someone else can do the perception.
I'll do the perception.
Actually, who's driving the vehicle?
I'm driving the vehicle.
Then you need to roll that.
Blackstone.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Alright, I'll do the perception.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
35.
I have X-ray vision.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no no no! So we can see everything.
The one
but-
time the driver didn't listen to the nav.
I don't know, is Table Knight's watching?
Oh,
I hope
no.
so.
What are you doing to my van?
Now, Malkov, I have a very, very, very important question for you because of the role you got. Do you want to have a better time tonight or a better time right now?
Tonight.
I need everyone to roll a resist torture drug.
I knew you were going to say that shit.
Yay. We love resist torture drug.
You. Fuck you, man.
This is mildly important.
If you got something else that works, we can talk.
27? Holy shit.
Not credit.
You're getting real good at this, man.
Not credit. That's all.
Still,
I added luck too.
Shade, Blackstone, Ditcher, Zid. Go ahead and do Harlan's.
Good dice tonight. Touch wood. Where is it? Where's wood?
All right. Luckily, you're all able to hold on, other than Stitcher. Stitcher, have you ever been punched right in the nose? Really hard.
It hurts so bad.
Go ahead and describe how it feels, basically nearly blacking out as you just get slammed hard. It gives Stitcher's flashbacks of any sort of fight he's been in where he's basically knocked out.
So, out of game question before I answer, just to make sure I know what happened. Did I just like full speed hit the dash or something?
Yes.
Oh,
We'll get into the rest
Thank
information here in just a minute. This is just for how Stitcher reacts in the moment and what happens and what flashes through his head.
Person's about to get knocked
So
out.
now there are scars. Stitcher has literally no idea what just happened, but you almost see this kind of trauma response from sudden whiplash. And Stitcher will flash back to a time where a Cybertech install did not go well and got socked by a cyberarm. He was down for the count after that one. Yeah, the nose was a little crooked after that.
Stitcher,
So yeah, felt like getting punched by a cyberarm.
it comes back to you full flood, and you get that feel as you literally think you may have been concussed. Your head bounces off part of the car, and you get a bit of whiplash. Everyone else barely holds on as your lovely driver careens into this object in the road, damaging the vehicle.
God, I'm sorry, Getty.
Which has already been damaged some, so now it's damaged further.
Great.
Blackstone.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I didn't see that bump.
Bump.
There was a whole lot building damage.
As he starts the wipers to brush the debris off, like, I don't know what you're talking about.
What did we hit? Can I see from where I'm sitting?
You'd have to look out the back window.
Out the back window.
Yeah, because he's past it now.
I'm looking out the back window.
What, did I clip a belly?
You see this
Probably a
little
car.
old RV that someone was basically had as their building.
Ooh.
Just obliterated. And you see this guy just got back and he's like,
So it's essentially a shack.
basically, yes.
You
And he just-
obliterated someone's home.
Oh,
He blew right through it, just demolishing this guy's shelter and home and livelihood. He just blew it away.
Eyes forward and get the fuck away from here.
Blackstone. Add Nemesis to list of Blackstone's newest relationships.
And then I'm gonna try and like help Stitcher sit up and make sure he's not like bleeding or.
Oh, he's bleeding.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, he has blood coming out of his nose.
I swear I didn't see it.
Like, man, you hit that hard.
Is that what happened? God. Oh.
Blackstone decided to run over
And you
someone's
see
house.
Stitcher pinching his nose as he realizes he's bleeding.
Roll a first aid.
Alright, we're good now?
You don't look back
Okay.
again. Are there any guns being brandished in our direction?
Yeah.
We
That guy
now
gra-
duck.
That
I was
guy's like
you-
running, like he has this little like SMG or something. He's like running after you guys.
Oh, he's got an SMG. Okay, drive faster. Less things.
DM, since I'm possibly concussed, would I take a penalty on this?
No.
Okay. Making sure.
Fuck. Oh my god. Why are you
So Blackstone
You feel better.
looking over at our new guy, and he's like, "Gee, what did I say? When we go places, it doesn't matter how much experience we have. Something inevitably goes wrong.
Resist torture drug.
in the city yet?
We'll resist torture drug.
Alright,
Everyone.
here we go.
Yep. Blackstone is never getting the keys to the van again. I'm out of. Oh god.
Let's see. So resist torture drug. Shade 20. Zid. Arlen. Blackstone and Stitcher.
Poor Stitcher.
Stitcher.
What is not 13?
Another one.
As you just got helped up and you just got your nose fixed, you go slamming to the side and smack your head off bulletproof glass. Zid, you do the same. You're talking to your new friend here, Shade, and you're just like, BAM!
What do
Bash
you
into
know?
the side.
All of the time, something. Goes wrong.
You got to be kidding me. Oh.
I was trying to avoid the bullets that were coming towards us.
And you see,
sorry.
A
way
bloody
back,
shoot.
like 4 buildings away, you
Hanging.
hear ding ding ding. A few bullets hit. A tooth is hanging out. What is it?
Hanging out of its mouth.
So, what did you hit this time?
I've already clipped the car.
The car's not moving. You look ahead.
Yeah.
You see he swerved to miss a car on the road, but instead decided that it was time to go to the Super Duper Mart. And he's now parked halfway inside the building.
Oh no.
Are there lights on inside?
No. It's abandoned.
Oh no.
Oh, I wonder if any of the food is edible.
You see a few of the lights from the van that are flickering a little bit as they like seem like they're gonna die. You see some rodents and stuff run off and hide.
Hold on. Is
about
the
it.
engine still running?
All right,
No.
I'm gonna
The engine's like,
get out.
Oh god.
I'm gonna get out and listen.
Okay.
Maybe move a few meters away and listen. See if I can hear
Just
any
chasing
people.
around a rolling unprimed grenade. Just like.
I'm gonna hand the keys to Zid. And I'm going to do... I give up.
I'm sorry, Blackstone.
Stitcher's gonna try and get out of the van and
I give up.
probably just face plant.
Yeah.
Puts the keys in his breast pocket, inside his clothing.
The car looks very well messed up. Not as bad as, you know, when you sat in the desert for a week, but probably gonna need some fixing before it can really get moving again.
Great.
Yeah.
He at least went around a corner so you don't see the guy who's shooting at you.
Can I hear anybody moving around inside the Super Duper Mart?
No. But you can see a nice clear shot of daylight coming in through the windows where used to be the main entrance to this building. Oh wait, is that a cash register that's buried in the front of the car? Oh yeah, probably. That looks cool.
I'm sure it doesn't make the hard drive better though.
Is there anything in the cash register?
I'm sure that's not what they mean when they say pimp your ride.
There's probably some coins and some bills, but there's this problem called they're not eddies.
They're worthless.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Nobody wants that.
It's toilet paper.
Kindling.
Yeah. Basically, it's
Or a bookmark. It makes a good bookmark.
it does make a good bookmark.
All right.
It's
so
going to take a
doesn't sound like anybody's hiding out in here. I'm just gonna stay
No.
vigilant.
Yeah.
Listening for approaching enemies.
Stitcher old.
Are we complete? Is the
Hold
vehicle
himself up
completely
proud.
inside the super duper mart now, or are we like half in, half out?
it's has the tail end a little bit out. You could probably move it a little bit and get it the rest of the way inside the market with a bit of work, but not a ton. So basically, the tail end, just a little bit of it, is out the back. So it's like,
All right, I'm gonna
There's the
maneuver
building
behind the
that's-
vehicle. All right, put it in neutral. Let's get it inside.
It's your show, Stitcher.
roll athletics.
Oh, God.
Me?
Whoever's
Yeah.
moving the vehicle.
Whoever's pushing.
I'll push. I don't have a lot of
Okay.
athletic.
I'll see what I can do. If anything.
Actually, no, it'd be a body more so than dex.
Okay, we'll just use the 8. And my body's 8.
Yep.
I'll do a pure body then.
Your body and your dex are the same. All right, well, that works then.
Yeah, my reflexes, body, and dex are all 8.
Yep. Forgot that. So Stitcher helping with body 5. 8. Okay.
Yeah, Stitcher's as much leaning on the van as trying to push it
Yeah.
forward.
So you guys are able to get it inside with that just enough. As you see this guy go running by alley that he came down with the SMG not long after. I'm gonna see where you guys went.
And with that, after we push the van inside, I'd like to go around, work my way to the front of the van to see what the most obvious signs of damage are and see how long it take to fix.
Well, there's this metal rod from the window that's kind of sticking up there in the end. And also a bunch of glass just like all throughout it. A number of wooden and other metal parts from the register and everything just kind of like jammed up there in the engine.
Right.
And a cash register.
Yep. You get a dime.
Well,
Are
it's
there
a
bunch
shame
of, like,
this isn't
shopping
coin
carts or-
operated.
Are there a bunch of
mean-
shopping carts around?
Yeah.
I want to kind of clog up the entrance so it's not easy for the entrance to be rushed.
Okay. You're gonna kind of block up the big hole,
Oh,
right?
I broke it, so I'll fix it.
Let's see.
Did,
I'll take a
it'll
look.
help with the effort to
Another one.
fortify the hole.
Yep.
I mean,
let's see.
It sounds like we might
Yeah.
get. We might get.
Is the rod like
You,
jammed into the engine block, or is it?
A bit, yeah.
We turn a few
Stuck in
people
there.
into salsa, and I suspect the rest will leave us alone.
What check is it to help fortify the hole entrance?
Basically, it's more of a time.
Oh, okay. it's-
So that roll is to clear the debris out of the engine.
First land vehicle tech I rolled was to figure out like what was most obviously
Yeah.
wrong. So I assume another one would be for actually clearing it,
Yeah, no, like that's the
I'm
one
trying to
that I made.
find
Yeah.
your first roll there.
just to see.
It's up.
Sure, I
Well,
know
it's
you
like
did.
it's like four. It's like four up. You rolled a 6.
There it is. Yep.
I'll roll
Okay.
again for hoping to clear it. It's not great.
Oh, you guys are able to get it, but it's taking quite a while.
I want to put a couple of the check stands. Try and, if they're not bolted to the ground, try and position them so we can use them as barricades to shoot from behind for cover.
Roll basic tech.
Basic
Me.
tech.
Me or him?
Him. Shade or Zid.
All right.
You roll. I only got 4 basic tech.
Basic tech.
Ooh.
16.
Nice. So you're able to find how they're attached to the floor, and you unbolt them, and he's able to, with two of you are able to slide them into positions. So you both have one now, kind of on that side of the end, that you guys can kind of park behind with your weapons, just in case anyone decides to come.
That's good.
During this process, while you have barricaded the front parts, unbolted in desks and just sort of hide behind and make more barricade. They've now determined that they got a bunch of stuff out of the inn, and they've not done any repairs yet. So you're both over there like panting from all your work, and you see Stitcher and Blackstone like, all right, yeah, no, I think we got it all. I think maybe we should check again. Did we get it all? Let's get the parts out. You both are over there sweating your butts off.
I mean,
How long is it
well,
going
it
to
looks like all the
guys?
crud's out of there, but now I'll tell you in
Ooh.
2 minutes.
With that check, you know that it's going to take you a few try to get up. You're going to have to do some repairs to get the engine. But that's not going to repair the actual damage to the vehicle. That's just going to get it running.
And that's all I care about. I just want to get the damn thing running so we can get out of the city.
Well, could you make some sort of rudimentary repairs to it using some of the materials here? I mean, there's empty shelves and stuff. That sheet metal's got to be useful. Doesn't have to look good, but you want to protect the engine.
I mean, could maybe fabricate new pieces of it, depending on what's damaged.
That might take a while.
That'd take longer. It'd be a more
Yeah.
full repair, but it would take longer.
Well, do what you can. I'll keep watch.
All right, if
Just
you
my
Shade, if
threat
you
detection
little watch,
initiative.
yeah, then Blackstone and I can get to work on the. Oh, Stitcher will shake his head, still feeling completely off after
Getting yourself bashed twice.
Yeah. All right, let's
As you're hunkering down,
get
you
going.
look out the window. You see a number of individuals of rough gang looking towards traveling. And you look beyond them, and you see maybe 2 blocks more and you would have been out of the slum.
How many?
There's a few different groups. Count all of them, probably 50.
Okay.
But there's a few different groups. It looks like a few were trying to scout out where the vehicle disappeared to, in consideration if they were going to take the threat of your assault rifle seriously or not.
Are any coming towards the building itself?
They haven't found you in the building. They're coming this direction, some of them, but they aren't like, that's where they're at. Get them. It's more, where are they? Scouting out. Look. And as you know, when you're scouting, so you're here, right? They may not know you're here. Does it mean they're not going to be coming towards that direction? Right?
Right.
There's a few of them, but none seem to know that you're in the building yet. So Blackstone sits there taking. I need either Shade or Zid roll a luck roll.
These are great.
Shade, do you want to take that one,
Sure.
please? Please?
Come on, Zid.
Zid's luck sucks.
He has
Oh,
luck.
I'm super lucky.
Oh, wow,
Super
fine.
lucky. I have one more than the base point of luck. One.
I have 5.
Alright,
That's why he asked you to do it, because he has 3.
I have 3.
I guess just roll that.
So it's basically we compare the D8 you got to the 5 and it's above, which means as you guys are sitting here, a group notices and moves in. Now, would resolve it, but with how late it is, want to risk running over.
I got no bedtime.
I know.
Rolling.
But if other people do, I totally understand.
I don't mind.
Okay. Good. Matt?
I can go a little over. I may have to excuse myself if it goes a lot.
Okay. So you see a group nod in your direction, and it looks like they realized it and start heading your way. I am getting something pulled together, so go ahead and do some RP amongst yourselves while I try to throw something down here quickly. I wasn't planning on having a store get attacked by people because someone crashed into it.
You're welcome.
Really? How could you not foresee
Right?
this
Double
ridiculous
critting. Double
set
crit
of
failing.
Everyone
come on.
should have expected that.
I
Lame.
literally critted failed twice. That's
What sort
In a
of
row.
what
in a row.
sort of DM are you that you didn't see all of these rolls coming? Like, come on.
See,
Get it
when he
together.
was doing the divination check in his orb, he rolled a natural 1, so it just blue screened on him.
So yeah, Zid is currently like getting some more like of the detritus around, pulling it towards the entrance, you know, setting up more things. He's managed to find his grenades and is setting them all out. He sort of looks at the few guys around him, and he pulls out a couple of grenades and he says, does anyone else feel like they need some of these? I do have some extras before I load them into my launcher if you would like.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they're hand grenades, right? You can throw them.
So
Or they
when
launch
he
you
shows you, you don't see a professional grenade. Instead, you see like this weird sort of like thrown together container that doesn't really resemble what would be professional grenade, but it does have the clip and everything at the top, and it is about the size.
I'm
But
sure
it's
I've seen many
definitely, like-
jury-rig grenades in my time.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you would recall from. You said you'd spent some time on the combat zone, so it looks like something you might have seen or made or had made for you at that time.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take a grenade or two, depending on how many you got.
I got plenty, so you can have like.
Yeah. Hey, Zid, I'd suggest we keep a couple of those once we make our escape. Have them behind us. Deter our pursuers a little bit.
Yeah, man, don't worry. I have. There's even more in the storage, I think. There should be. Yeah, there's a ton in storage.
Look, you've got the explosives. I trust your judgment. If you need me, I'll be over here wrenching.
What skill governs grenades? Wouldn't be
It's not a skill, you just throw. It's strength.
body, you mean?
Yeah, body, yeah. Would say, so have you been in a position like this where you had to hold out? All of a sudden, you didn't know that this was going to happen, but you all good. You
Anytime.
settled.
Anytime.
He's just checking by.
I suspect we kill a few, the rest are scattered.
Oh, we angered the mob and they all come out of the woodwork. Could go either way.
Good.
Yeah. Wouldn't be the first time.
Got 100 rounds.
We have seen a few tough scrapes in the time that we have been traveling to Night City, so we should be
Yeah,
fine.
you missed the most. Yeah. Like the alpha. So just trying to laugh it off about the alpha, but it's very
Still
hollow
pretty. Yeah.
yeah, it's a pretty hollow laugh.
Nice going, man. Good job.
It's not nicest looking, but you know.
All we need is function.
When
Don't need it.
It's gonna work.
when I have surprises given to
Surprise is given to you by the system. The people weren't at fault here.
At least
By
not
the
all.
terrible dice.
Not to kill you, and the dice said no.
I think we had a decent plan. Just
the plan was good. Just apparently someone can't drive. Who'd have known that? Get
I thought I
lucky.
fixed your eyesight.
Maybe that's the problem. You gave him double vision, or you made it too good and he's not used to
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean everything's picture perfect and not slightly blurry? It's like when the steering's cocked and you get used to it being cocked, then when it's straight, it's like, oh god, wait, this doesn't make sense.
it. Right.
Get used to your jalopy and then starts handling like a Mercedes.
Alright, so you guys all able to see? You good to go?
Let me get us in the pistol.
Hmm?
Try and get it so that I
There
can
we go.
equip the
I
weapon.
see it now.
It's, cooperating.
Be able to. What are you trying to equip?
I was gonna equip the sword and pistol.
You have the heavy pistol,
Yeah.
and you have heavy melee weapon equipped.
Oh, they're both equipped? I just don't see them. The weapons box is blank for me. I'll just reopen the character sheet and see if that
That's odd. I mean, the heavy melee weapon was equipped at first, but I went ahead and equipped it.
helps. I open it.
All right.
Oh, yeah. Don't see my character on the terminal.
What?
To open my character sheet. That's weird. I closed it so I could reopen
The terminal is not loading right. Stuff has been moved. Ijo's van and stash is not there, and your character is not.
it. Weird.
That's very weird. You should have it here, though. Take a look. If you double click your character here on combat map, it should open his character sheet.
Oh, okay. Cool. Great.
Wherever the token is, you can double click it.
Okay. Doesn't have to be in the terminal.
No.
Perfect.
Technically, you can go to the Actors tab to access him there as well.
Okay.
But why is combat carousel? Was and now it's not. Oh, didn't hit begin combat maybe. There it is. First up, their lovely candidate here. See the first one. He notices you guys, so that'd be.
Oh, did it auto roll initiative?
I rolled it for you guys because you guys hadn't
okay.
rolled it. I went ahead and did it so we could get things going.
Ah, okay.
This guy in the lead sees you guys and moves in. You guys are in cover. Van is there, so it's blocking. But he sees that you guys are there in that building. Doesn't see you yet. So pulls his weapon out and is looking cautiously, trying to see where you guys are. There. Jade.
He can see that. It doesn't look like he sees the van.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's why he's
I
coming
will,
over.
Yeah, I'll put one in him. Let's see. So I gotta do the target one.
Yep, you can target him, and then for the DV, you're using your handgun.
Yes.
Pistol. That is a DV-15. That'll hit. A little blood drop right there. Really cool. Nice. 11 damage.
It doesn't go down.
No.
A rate of fire 2. Take a second shot.
Slugs into his chest and he's like, "Thoof!" Ow. That makes 15 as well. Additional 12 coming in. Second round, thuds into him. Thoof. He looks like he's leaking.
I mean, I think so. After taking 2 to the chest, unless
I
it's
will
surprise.
stay in cover.
I mean, you should be able to see the verbal descriptions on them, which is I love that I found that mod. But I love having the verbal description of how everyone's condition instead of the actual, which is the option existed till now. So
Yeah, the seriously wounded. That's nice.
yeah. Because then you don't see the actual bar or the actual health, but you have a general indicator of about where they're at. I love that it's not, they have 10 health left. Your ally has 10 health. I don't know. You give a vague description of it. Not vague, but, somewhat scripted. Don't just give numbers. Alright, so you're out of cover now. This guy is good.
Can I duck back down and cover after shooting? So I didn't move.
I think they allow that. I'm not completely familiar with all the cover rule played, but you've played more than I have.
Basically, if you're in cover, you can't be shot until they've destroyed the cover.
Okay.
So they have to do enough damage to the cover to destroy it. It's either you're in cover or you're not.
Yeah. And what does it take an action to go into cover, or you just?
Well, I'd just be using my movement because you can
Okay.
break your movement up any way you want during your turn, and I'd just be using my movement to just duck back down behind cover.
Okay. So it just counts to get in behind cover. It just takes a move, part of a move.
Yeah, since I'm just
Okay.
ducking very little.
Yeah.
I think I can move 12 meters.
Yeah. No, I get that, and I agree. I'm trying to make sure I understand.
Yep. There's
You've, I think, played this a little more than I have, so that's why I wanted to check. There it is. All right. So he moves up. Gets down, aims a shot at where Jade just popped up from, and is readying to fire at him. Blackstone. You hear 2 shots ring out from Jade.
Yeah, I'm going to move around to the other side. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and move into cover. Whoa, wow, that's too much movement. My move's only like 5.
You can use your whole turn to move 10.
I was gonna ready an action. Yeah, I'll ready an action here. I'll take the Overwatch stance, quote unquote.
I mean, with you being right next to the van like that, you'd have a clear shot to. Yeah,
Yeah, but that DV's too high, right?
that guy. So that's probably 3 of the guys. Yeah, have a clear shot too.
Okay, so
The DV kind of wonders. Depends on what you're using.
I'm using the pistol right now, but
Only DV 15. First guy, 20 to the second.
okay.
To the third.
Well, I'll hit the first guy then. Hang on. That. All right, girl, time to drink. Let's go.
That is a 17. That hit.
Roll that beautiful damage footage. There it is. Hang on. 1 second.
The blood drop is in chat on the.
Yeah. 17.
Oof.
He's gone. One down. Yay, I did something constructive this time.
Good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now another one of them. Go.
5d6 a handgun that does 5d6? Wow.
Yeah, DM made a mistake.
One shot. It's a one shot, but yeah.
Oh, rate of fire 1. Okay.
Yeah, I got that wonderful weapon on night 1.
It's a good one.
And it came in very handy through chapter 1.
It's gonna go. B15. Hits.
Just out of character, are you guys wearing armor?
Yeah.
Shot hits Blackstone in the chest. Stitcher?
Oh, out of range to fire. I can see if Blackstone needs immediate treatment, or I can work on the van, or see if there's another kind of angle to take.
Up to you.
The one that gets close. I don't think much progress will be made on the van while people are shooting at us, so...
I mean, depends how it goes through the engine.
Right.
You know how long it
and
takes
isn't
to
the
repair
engine
any
block
of
faced
stuff?
towards us rather than towards them? Okay. Just making sure.
They guys have literally had a week in the desert repairing it.
I remember that.
Then taking the punishment.
Actually, I know what I'll do. Stitcher will go inside the van through either the driver's side door or the passenger side door. Then we'll go into the back of the van.
Okay.
I think I can do that with a move. Sweet.
You're a speedy bugger, huh?
Hey, look, combat medic gotta work fast. That's the only action. Yeah. That's the only thing I'm gonna do for right now.
Okay. Twice.
Yeah. He will. He'll try and shoot a grenade out there. I get that one.
Hey, they all nice and clustered? Might as well.
I mean, it could be better, but it's not bad. And if grenades come shooting out at breakneck speeds, they might just be persuaded to leave without fighting any longer. So, you know, this is more of a like, hey, there might be, yeah, there might be. I mean, he's going for it, but
You using your launcher?
yeah.
Hit in his grenade launcher.
Name a more iconic duo.
Blast radius on that thing.
Okay.
Okay. There. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
Nailed that.
How about a 28?
Roll that damage.
That's gonna be nice.
14 points of damage. Boom! Oh, you might want to rethink coming into this building, man.
The only discount you're gonna be getting is on an early grave.
It will go to the 3, but it won't, I think, go to the 5.
Nope. Wrong thing.
Can you multi-target?
No. I don't think it applies the same way because but he can just click on the damage for them.
Just use that little lightning bolt button.
Yeah. Foundry's really good like that. You just have to click on it and then press the lightning bolt. You're done. Like,
Well, it only applied it to the one. I know it. Told.
and then with that, don't think I'm gonna move. I'm behind cover still. It's not been broken, so I'll just chill here. That'll be my turn.
Nice work.
So Shade, if you didn't see, I put my bodysuit is in the Foundry chat.
Yep. Armored bodysuit for net.
Yeah, that's great. Got the same armor, like armor jack, and you can mount a.
Yeah, it's got the plug slots and everything.
Nice. So you can get a cyber arm with the cyber deck built in.
Yeah, you sort of like nice, but I don't have much cyberware just yet. It's being a netrunner to start out is very expensive. Like getting that.
Getting a deck and suit.
Yeah,
Programs.
deck in the suit was pretty much my entire entire cost.
The deck can be anywhere from $750 to well, whatever. 10K.
Bit rough, but hey, we got there.
Ooh, they're running away.
All right. Shade.
Alright, I am going to take another shot at target this one.
That would be a DV-15. Do all of them. Strike.
Still targeted? I can't tell.
Nope.
Oh, I switched the ruler, that's why. There we go. Then we'll do the damage. Ooh, almost a crit. And then a second shot.
Oh, not so good.
That will miss.
Yep.
And duck back down.
Pops a hole in the wind. Oh, I guess that guy's not going to go because you killed him. Blackstone? The guy who shot you is still standing there, aiming at you.
Yeah. Yeah. Is that the guy I've got selected?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up.
You and Matt have him selected right now.
Yep. I'm gonna move. Oh, fuck. I'm gonna move up so I can get a better shot. Right there.
15.
Alrighty. No, I don't want to target myself.
I mean, I'm okay with it.
Alright.
I mean, you'll probably critically miss.
There'll be a lot of exploding
There we
to
go.
do to Harlan
If
if
he
that
targets himself and critically misses, what happens?
tries to shoot himself. Somebody else gets hit in the leg.
There we go.
Oh,
Nice.
What?
Solid hit.
Ooh.
See that damage?
Yeah. Let's crit.
Not quite.
Close.
took a chunk out of him.
More than a chunk.
There we
Did
go.
it already
It was, a
messed him
chunk
up
he
pretty
couldn't, it
bad.
was a chunk he couldn't do without.
Precisely. Went ahead and put his liver 10 feet behind him. So he's not sure that without his liver and heart in his body that he can keep on.
Emergency.
Not
Search.
sure what he thinks about that. So now he was gonna go, but now he can't. So now it goes to Stitcher. So he flumps over dead. Stitcher?
All right. Yeah. Let's see. To be honest, I don't think there is anything to do right now. At least where I'm particularly at.
I mean,
What I will
person
do
there.
is I'll.
There's one person there.
Oh, I can take a pot shot at. That's probably a DV like 20 though.
What are you using?
Heavy pistol.
Heavy pistol?
It's probably what,
Yeah.
a 17?
15.
Oh. Oh, I can. Okay. If the back doors of the van are open, I'll
You can pop it open.
take a shot out of those. Otherwise, I'll open one of the back doors and just.
Stitcher swings open the back door and see what you
I
get.
think I'm targeting.
You're not targeting him right now.
Let's see. I think I'm targeting this dude.
You're not.
Darn it.
You intend to, but he's
Thought
not
I was.
currently selected as your target.
Oh, refix that.
There, now he's targeted. I can see a
Alright.
little colored blip.
Did that select him?
dot
Good.
above them. Select.
Yeah, I see the.
Yep. So I can see Matt has
Alright,
the
what do
dead
we
one
got?
selected right now, and you have that one selected. 16. Wow. Just enough, dude.
Got him.
Got him.
Oh, I did. Oh, nice.
Ow. Hey, this guy gets to go.
Yeah, you get 2 shots. He gets 2 shots, right?
Yeah, heavy pistol can rate of fire.
Oh, heavy pistol. Yeah.
Take another shot.
Oh. I will do so as soon as I get my screen back.
Yeah, heavy pistol. Rate of fire 2.
Yeah, because it just whatever
Yeah,
is
jump
the
there,
BTT lost its mind.
Hey, that's a hit.
Nice.
Nice.
That's not so nice.
It's a little damage.
That's
Grazed him.
tried to get the same shot, twitched a little bit.
Yep.
Like a grazing blow.
I mean, this is Street Scum. They don't have any armor, probably.
Got a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see how much they
Huh.
have.
I'm gonna refresh the VTT real quick. Everything turned transparent on me, and I don't know why. But yeah, those are my
That's it?
moves.
Me? Hmm. They seem to be retreating.
They do. They seem to be running away. Well, when you see 3 of your comrades go down pretty easily,
And a grenade blew up in your face.
that too.
All right.
I don't know how many more grenades this guy has.
I
Guy's
have a
crazy.
whole
He's
ton.
launching grenades at him.
Yeah, they're not going to run out anytime soon. I can tell you.
I didn't think they thought they were going to encounter edge runners.
No, they didn't.
They covered on the assault rifle.
I
They
will
didn't know
just-
about the grenade launcher.
Well, they thought it was just one assault rifle.
Oh no, I won't reload. I will prepare it. I'll ready in action just in case anyone comes back into the line of sight, like, you know,
Okay.
armed and pointing weapons. But otherwise, I'll just chill.
They broke line of sight.
Yep.
Right.
Jade, you're up.
Take out the assault rifle and take a shot.
Is it an action to swap weapons?
Yes.
It's an action to.
Reload, swap weapons. Yeah. Unless it's like-
drop.
Yeah, unless it's like something like Harlan has the setup, like it's literally right on his back.
Yeah, that's where my assault rifle is.
Okay. Maybe it'll work. Yeah, I've probably got another like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're trying to see here.
Okay. No worries. It's all good to you, Matt?
Thought that it had needed to take an action.
Yeah.
Swap weapon.
Okay.
I think. I mean, it looks like we're finishing up here
Yeah.
anyway.
Just for the
Vehicle.
sake of brevity, I'll holster my existing weapons and then draw my right assault rifle and be ready. And I'll be done with my turn. And I will look up the rules for Baker.
I mean, to be fair, like, I don't know
Blackstone.
that we're going to have another turn because the other guy's probably going to be out of sight by then.
Blackstone.
No, that's fair. I'm
okay.
still gonna be ready though. And the assault rifle's got longer range.
It's also researching for next time to see if we're doing it right or not.
Let's see. I'm going to
This is my first campaign I've ever run with it, so I'm not claiming to be a master at it.
I'm also just gonna ready an action here.
Okay. Stitcher.
I don't think I can hit this guy.
DV20.
I'm not feeling that lucky, so
What? You're not feeling that lunky punk?
I mean, at the very least, it would tell the guy to like.
I'll
keep
go
running.
out the
Yeah, I mean,
opposite door I came in.
go ahead.
So if I went in past,
You just froze.
and then
You went in passenger what?
back to the front of the van.
Gun is on my screen.
I think that's what you said you're doing. You had a little flip there.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, we lost Matt.
Cascading failure. Maybe the servers were having some issues this evening.
Did.
Mm.
Your turn.
The guy run farther away.
At this point, no one's come into vision. Reload. Head back to the van and to try and help. I think he considers we're out of combat.
Okay. Jade?
Just gonna stay ready. Keep
Okay.
guarding the door.
Sounds like Blackstone and Stitcher doing the same, so that
Yeah, I'm just gonna
could say
retreat.
otherwise.
Unless that guy's still in line of sight. If he's still in line of sight.
Oh, he's
I'll
still
take
in line
a
of
shot.
sight.
Yeah, I'll shoot him.
Barely, but he's there.
Yeah, but he's got
You can- wait,
he's
move
got an
off.
AR, so he can.
Oh, I
hit
know.
him.
That's why I gave him the chance to. 13, because you're using the assault rifle.
Nice.
Oh, very nice. Whew,
What's a crit?
Not quite.
almost.
Almost.
I thought I saw 2 6s.
Oof. Guy slumps over.
He did. He almost got away.
If they're still on the map, I wait until they're give you guys a chance to choose what you want to do. That's the only reason I kept it going.
Alright.
But yeah, assault rifles, best range is between 7 and 12 meters or yards. Or no, that's wrong. Assault rifle is 26 and 50.
Yeah, I think pistol is 7 to 12, right?
A pistol is 0 to 6.
Shotgun?
Shotgun slugs are 0 to 6.
Okay.
7 to 12 is an SMG and a bow or crossbow.
Oh, that was Paul's weapon.
Sniper rifle is the that does not have a 13 range. Well, that in rough. Their
No,
lowest is
must
15.
be approach the van and start to afford some more repairs.
Yeah.
After about 10 minutes, if nobody else approaches the building, we'll go out and scavenge some money.
Okay.
I'm just working on the van.
So you go out and look at the first guy. These are like the guns that the lowest of the low gangsters would. They're barely holding. They are scrap.
They're garbage.
Oh yeah, they're poor quality in
What about
terms
the
of
ammo?
game term. Ammo, there is some ammo. It's SMG ammo.
Okay, I'll pick all the ammo up then. I'll just take it back to the van. I don't use SMGs, but worth keeping the ammo.
And sell it.
SMG uses.
I think
It's
same as
handgun. Come on.
Oh, hell, I can repurpose that into handgun.
Awesome.
Well, Vince, is it heavy pistol or medium pistol?
I think it's medium or light pistol, isn't it, for SMG?
Yeah, SMG is medium pistol. Right? I was saying that because he was saying purpose it.
No, I meant just in general, like if
Oh,
anybody here uses a medium pistol, because I don't, I have a hand cannon.
most people have heavy pistol now.
They do.
So, you know, medium pistol rounds are going to be super beneficial.
Well, thank you, DM, for running.
Absolutely.
Cool. We got into some issues there, but we're scraping through. We'll find out what happens next time.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So,
I'm so sorry, Getty. I didn't mean to like run your van into like a supermarket.
Demolish the guy's life work and then plowed into a supermarket.
Right?
Cross that off your bucket list, I guess.
crashed the van twice in one night.
What'd you do? I wrecked a van. Twice!
3 times.
In
3
one
times.
day.
I hit something 3 times.
It's funny.
One
I do hope all you
more.
viewers enjoyed. Thank you so much for being here. We do this every Saturday other than holiday, for those days that we must depart for other things. Be sure to join us next time, and then go the story. We'll see you all next